to another edition of Fuel House Practice of the Day, aka Pod. My name is Coach Haley, coming to you from Fuel House Gym in Seattle, Washington. Thanks for joining us today on this Monday, the 14th of September. All right, so as usual, feel free to get in a 5 to 7 minute warm up to get that body nice and warm before you move into these movements. I will go over our Snow Strong workout with you today, or Smoke Strong as we've renamed it for the day. So we've got 4 segments that we're going to be running through today. The first 3 segments are going to be a 50 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. We're going to go through each segment 2 times. So segment 1 we'll go through 2 times, segment 2, 2, segment 3, 2. Okay? So starting with our single leg slam ball, ground to overhead. So you've got your slam ball. You're going to stay on one side for the first round. Okay? And it looks just like this. Single leg, ground to overhead. So slam that ball into the ground, bringing the slam ball back up, hinging to get that ball down to the ground, trying to stay balanced on that same leg for 50 seconds. Then you've got 15 seconds of rest or transition to movement number 2, which is using a penalty box. If you don't have a penalty box, imagine one on the ground, or maybe draw one with some chalk if you're outside. Okay, so you've got your 2-legged hops forward in your penalty box, and you can either shuffle back, or you can 2-footed hop forward and 2-footed hop back. Either way, you're landing nice and soft in each hop, using both feet to bring you forward and back. Next up, plate press dead bug. So you are in your dead bug position on the ground. Plate is pressed up above you. Moving out into dead bug, one leg at a time. If you're feeling saucy, get a press in there in between. Otherwise, plate stays pressed above your head the entire time. Low back is pressed into the ground the entire time. Next up, we've got our penalty box again. You've got in and out touchdowns. So every time you go out, so in, and then every time you go out is when you touch down. So in and out, and then back. Okay? Alternating hands each time. Good. Awesome. That's our first segment. So you've got 4 movements. 50 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, 4 movements, 2 rounds. Run through segment 1 twice. Then you move into segment 2. First up, single leg slam balls, side to side. So you are single legged and you are slamming on the outside of your body. Doing your best to stay on that standing leg. If it's too much to balance the entire time, feel free to give yourself a kickstand when you come back up to the top. Slam, kickstand to reset, slam, kickstand to reset. Okay? Staying on one side for 50 seconds. Then the second round, you switch to the other side. Next up, penalty box, 2-leg lateral hops. So we are hopping laterally with 2 feet, side to side, staying forward. Good. Again, if you don't have a penalty box, imagine where your feet would hop in a penalty box for lateral movements. Next up, dead bug plate bus driver. You're in your dead bug position, and you're bringing the plate overhead and turning it to the side as you alternate, turning like you're driving a bus. All do the movement without the plate. And last but not least, you've got your penalty box agility shuffle to start. So you're going to move quickly through, then you're going to take that inside leg and get down into your starting position like you're going to start a race. Okay? So it's that inside leg closest to your penalty box that goes back into the lunge position. Move it across, agility across, start position. Good. Each round, you've got 2. See if you can speed it up. Awesome. Okay, that's segment number 2. Segment number 3, you've got reverse lunge slams. Staying on the same side. So I'm going to reverse lunge and slam. Reverse lunge, trying to slam at the same time that I reverse lunge. I'm going to stay on the same side for the full 50 seconds. Then the other round, I'm going to the other side. Okay? Good. Then we've got our penalty box. We've got our penalty box, adductor hops. So, you're in the middle. Midline tap. So, midline of the penalty box, jumping up to transition. Okay? Keeping our feet close together, as close as possible. Eyes forward, chest is proud. Good. You're really going to feel those in your adductors. Then we've got our Deadbug plate overhead tap. So we are in our Deadbug position. Plate is overhead, low back pressed into the ground, bringing plate behind you. Each time one leg goes back, alternating. Good. Feet are active the whole time. Awesome. Okay, that's your Deadbug. Plate to overhead. Last but not least, penalty box. In and out, on the way out, on the way up. And then you've got your 2-footed hop back. So in and out, on the way up, 2-footed hop back. And again, 50 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest or transition. You've got 2 rounds per segment. So our last segment is our segment number 4. We've got a Tabata timer, core finisher. 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. 4 movements, 2 rounds. I will show you those movements now. Straight leg over an object. So I'm going to take my slam ball. I'm going to pretend like my legs are glued together. And I'm going to lift up and over. Okay? 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Then we are headed to our plank position. And we've got plank, opposite knee to elbow. In our high plank position, thinking about bringing our knee to our opposite elbow as close as possible, squeezing those glutes so those hips don't rock back and forth. Next up, we are headed to our backs, and we've got our leg lowers. I like to have my hands underneath my bum. You can have them underneath your low back or out to the side into a T shape. Whatever's going to keep your low back pressed and glued into the ground. Lowering my legs and then bringing them back to starting position. Good. Then the last movement, last but not least, we're going to stay in this position. Legs are straight up. I'm touching opposite foot with my hand. So either the outside of my foot or my toe. Either way, opposite hand, opposite foot, right? Coming back to starting position each time. Think about using your core to lift you up, not your neck. All right, so you'll run through that one more time for 2 rounds. Tabata timer, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Make sure to check out the comments. We'll list all of the movements and all of the timing of everything so that you can do it on your own. Thanks for joining in. Hope you have a great day. Happy Monday. Again, Coach Haley from Fuel House Gym in Seattle, Washington.